I may say something I haven't heard before.
What particular aspect of the writing process are you the most passionate about?
Dialogue. I think as a result of 45 years as a professional film actor, that gives me a bit of a leg up. I'm very used to hearing and listening to dialogue. So when I write, I actually become each character and I say the dialogue as I write it as the character. So it either sounds right or it doesn't. You know, a writer might write, I'm going to town. Do you need anything? But if somebody was really saying that, they'd say, going to town, need anything?
So acting has really helped you in writing
Oh, yeah,
dialogue.
absolutely. You know, that was just the start. But as an actor, you see a lot of scripts and a lot of it's crap. CRAWP, crap. And so, you know, I've actually turned to the director and said, who wrote this stuff? I used another word though. Don't think I've ever done a movie or TV show that I did not change my dialogue to some extent with permission, by the way. I would always ask the director, said, that's just doesn't sound right. How about this? And I've never been turned down.
Oh, wow. So the directors always liked your edits.
Or my revisions, let's say. And actually, the first movie I ever did was a movie called Captured, directed by Ted Kotcheff, and I played James Wood's sidekick. Well, we did a scene in the script. My character, named Collins, didn't have any dialogue. I was just standing beside James Wood. We filmed it, and the director said, "Cut." Well, that sucked. Kenny, what would your character say in this scene? I said, I don't know, Ted, run the camera. Let's find out. So he said, action. And I improv to Woods and Woods improv back and I improv to him again. And finally the director says, cut, print. Farmer, you don't get writing credits. But in the little trek over to the next setup, he had his arm around my shoulder and said, Kenny, anytime you feel your character can add something to the scene, you have carte blanche. Well, that's unheard of. And I got to do the same thing when I worked for him in a movie with Gene Hackman. Actually made Gene break character because he didn't know that I was going. I added some stuff because I didn't like the dialogue at all. So I made it my own.
You really understand how dialogue works and like the whole
Yeah.
structure of the story.
What is dialogue for? It's for communication. And the simplest way to communicate is simplicity. That makes it easy for the reader to understand and without, what? What's he saying? And I have read a lot of books that way, just like, oh, put you to sleep.
So what tips would you give to a new writer, specifically on writing dialogue?
Listen, I taught acting for 17 years. And one thing I always told my actors, listen. Most important thing an actor can do is listen. If you sit there and just wait for the other actor, well, say your line so I can say mine. That's called recitation. That's not doing the scene. But if you listen to what they're saying, you'll never drop a line, for example, because you know what the story is. You paid attention to what people were saying and you're actually responding. There's not a lot of difference between writing and acting, if you want to know the truth about it.
So how does listening play a part in writing? Is it like listening to your characters?
Yeah, I repeat out loud everything I write. And like I say, it either sounds right or it doesn't. When I write a certain character and I become that character and do the dialogue, and then the dialogue is what? Two people. Or you go into Decalogue and you got a lot more people. But the thing about it is your dialogue is basically two people. And if you don't have two people in the scene, then basically you've got a monologue or you have to do a lot of narration, which can be very boring, telling and not showing. Dialogue shows, narrative tells.